They're back to school now. I could rest a little bit. Hmm. But at the same time, waking up early in the morning, as early as 4, start dressing up, making their meals, and getting ready for school. Depriving me of my wonderful sleep. However, we have the rest of the day to myself. Wow, I just came back from school run and it was good, taking them to school, going to their new classes, and it was interesting. I loved every moment. Okay, so that being said, hmm, I'll be sharing with you on kind of the meals you can have with your kids, in between if you're always like, what do I give to them? What do I give to them? So I'll be sharing with you the meals you could be making for them that won't even be stressing you in any way. Yes, waking up early in the morning to start cooking, it's kind of stressful. So I found a way, some meals that could be easy to make and you don't have to stress yourself, even if like you could sleep and wake up by 5 and, hurry up and get them ready for school. So let me go and freshen up and I will come back and give you the full gist of what you can make for your kids at about school without stressing you. All right, I'll be right back. Yay! I'm so excited. I'm really excited. Like, finally. And I have the whole house to myself. No interference. Nobody's disturbing me. Oh, Chukudalo. Are you excited as I am? Well, welcome back to my channel. I'm my humble self, Adeze, and I'm so glad you're here with me again. So, how does it feel like starting up, going back to school? I know it's a whole lot preparing, it's a new term, some things need to be done, you need to change some school shoes, socks, for those that in a new term, maybe in secondary school, a new session and all that, some things you still need to buy newly, but it's not easy, right? I can tell. I myself, it wasn't easy for me. Odiro easy, cha cha, Odiro. But we move. So I promised to share something that I'm doing, and I think some moments could be helpful because let's start with the fact that my kids are kind of very picky when it comes to eating, and this is just a year old and 3 years. So starting with going to school, especially for the one that is 3 years now, at first he's very picky when it comes to food. It was difficult to have him eat something. I'll prepare lunch to school and he will come back with it. I've tried spaghetti, I tried uh plantain and egg. Like when he was still in the pre-nursery class, it was difficult to have him eat some, go to school and come back with it. The only thing he might end up eating is only rice with the help of the teacher sometimes. And I was like, okay, let me try something else. I now tried pancake. Pancake is the only thing he will go to school with and come back finished. The plate is totally empty. And egg too. So like, okay, he likes pancake, right? But I make sure he goes to school every time with egg. It wasn't easy because he's kind of very picky. I'll put rice and egg. He won't eat the rice. He only eat the egg. But I'll also add things like biscuits for him in his lunch bag. It continued till very last thing. I cooked up at home, and the way he ate it, I'm like, okay, he likes oppa, right? And I cooked oppa. He liked it, and like that's bambara nuts. Many people don't know what's up about bambara, but it's very popular. I think we should know that it was bambara nuts. So like he finished it. So I noticed, but I can't give him swallow and soup to school. I don't know how that would work out. I asked the teacher, she said, you can, but I wasn't comfortable with it. So I decided to, okay, let me try it then. Since he likes oppa and pancake, these are the two things he would go to school with and come back, apart from egg and fish, he will come back with. So I either make sometimes boiled egg or fried egg for him. But last time anyway, he surprised me in many ways. He will eat his plantain, but not all the time. But potato, he likes potato a lot. So he would finish that, and you know, so in that manner, he made me he made me draft out this particular pattern for him, because even with the second one, he was in crèche, so he usually goes to park to school all the time. You know how kids can be still very picky, but he goes to school with pap. He would finish it, but the only thing he doesn't like is pancake. Hmm. It was difficult. It was quite, so I most times I will ask some other moms like, what do you give to your kids? They'll be like, they'll make noodles. I'm like, even with noodles, my babies, if you don't spoon feed them, they won't eat. So it's just recently I tried a lot of things during this vacation they would like, and with what previously what they have, been what they will go to school and come back with. I have already made a kind of a timetable or something that is suitable for them. They will be going to school with, because they can't be right now. The one in crèche is now in pre-nursery. He can't be going to school with pap all the time. He now eats by himself. And again, another problem I had was the first one. To eat by himself was very difficult. Like, it was difficult for him to eat. So to make a meal plan for him was it's very difficult. Like, a teacher will complain that he doesn't even want to eat. But only thing like I said, the things he would always eat are things that you use your hand and pick. This is a local man. I don't know which ancestor returned back. Yeah, I don't know which of the ancestors returned back, but that was how it was like. So, with all that have happened throughout the last thing and what they like throughout the holiday, I started to draft out something that worked out for me, because another thing is, imagine waking up as early as 3. That was another problem I had. It pained me that I would wake up as early as 3 to come and prepare this meal for these guys, and they would not eat it. Now, imagine that. I once complained, and some parents were like, I should do this and do that. But that wasn't my problem. The problem is that they won't even eat it. Hmm. But after last time, I keep saying last time was like a huge improvement. They just, gave me a clue on how to make things easier for myself. So what I do, things like spaghetti, I would parboil it before sleeping, and then make the stew and keep if I'm going to make it jollof. So what I'll do is just parboil it a little bit. Then in the morning, I don't need to start bringing it out to start cooking again. What I will now do is to preheat the stew. I don't need to start all over again to start making the stew. And then I have already parboiled my egg, or I've already boiled my egg. The eggs or the fish, whatever, or chicken, whatever protein I want to make use of, I've already prepared it overnight. So in the morning, what I'll just do is just heat them up and get them ready for school. In that way, I don't need to wake up earlier as a 3 to start preparing all that all over again. So coming down to things like opa, I cook it before I sleep. I nail it at night so that in the morning I'll just warm it up. They'll go to school with it. So in that sense, with all that I have learned from them, I think best to share with you some things that might help, because to these kids, they can really frustrate you. These kids, they can really, make it. Someone said kids are annoying and that's why she doesn't want to have kids. I don't blame her, honestly. You understand? It's a choice. I definitely understand that. So I don't think I would judge anyone who finds it difficult to work with children. Children are, in fact, even as I went to school right now, at the back of my head, I'm like, oh, how would this teacher cope with this boy? How would they cope with this child of mine? Because imagine having up to 10 children. Just with 2, I know how it gets in my head. Now when they have more than 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 in a class, and the other one with their different behavior, the other one is stubborn, the one that is calm, doesn't talk, How do you coordinate all this? Well, kudos to all the teachers. They're doing amazing work. So back to the base of what we're talking about. It's difficult sometimes to know what they want because as little as they are, they can't talk. You can only learn, observe from what they like. So like today, what they went to school with is jollof rice that I made yesterday, Sunday. I had to bring out some and kept for them so that in the morning I'll heat it up for them to eat with fish. There's one I made so they can go to school with it. And because I no longer trust most of all these drinks that we have, like many times parents complain that they buy Capri Sun, they buy Happy Hour, they buy some of all this brand, and somewhere, somehow, someone is making a fake one trying to tarnish these brands. You understand? So because of that, I stopped getting, allowing them to go to school with all those juice. So I prefer to give them fruits to school. And I observed that they love watermelon, they like apple, cucumber, no. They like what pineapple, and pear. So these are the few I've observed that they like. So I let them go to school with it in place of juice. And then orange, okay? So that's basically what they go to school with. So today, what he went to school with was jollof rice with fish and watermelon fruit replacing juice and water, of course, and then biscuits. Because I don't know how they will react today. This is their first day in school. Like, I don't know. Maybe the biscuits will cheer them up. They wouldn't want to eat rice. I don't know, but I'm hoping that they will go to school, eat their meal, and still come back with an empty plate. Then tomorrow, what I'll be preparing for them is okpa. I'm going to cook it this evening and make sure tomorrow morning is available. If you don't know how to make okpa, I'm going to definitely make a video of how I make my own okpa. So maybe it will be helpful to you. You can include it in your meal plan for your kids because I don't think many kids don't like okpa or akara. But they don't go to school with akara because I don't want to let them go to school with akara yet. Maybe. Then on Wednesday, they'll be going to school with spaghetti, vegetable spaghetti. They don't like carrot, they don't like vegetable, but I would make sure it's in their meal so that at least the nutrient in it, it will absorb them and they will just go and let it be inside the meal. Maybe they could learn to start eating it with time. But I ensure that it has vegetable, carrots, and ugu, that's spinach in the meal. And is it spinach or pumpkin? That's what it is. God help me. But I shall know that it's ugu. I'll be adding to it so that they'll go to school with it. So making it is a vegetable jollof they will go with, and it's going to be with boiled egg, with watermelon as fruits. And yes, for the okpa, I forgot to add, when making the okpa, it's either I add the egg inside the okpa or I will just cook the okpa and boil the egg separately for them to go to school with. Then the spaghetti is either boiled egg or fish. Is at the spirit leads that I'm going to make it. Because sometimes I'll feel like, they've eaten egg so much, maybe they should just try something else. So, as the spirit leads, if I feel they should go with egg, they'll go with egg. If I feel they should go with fish, they'll go with fish. If it's chicken, but most times they don't. I don't know if I don't give them like at home. They don't eat the chicken. I don't know why, most times. But if it's goat meat, they would eat it. I don't know what's happening with chicken. So if it's goat meat, they would eat it very well. So that is the meal plan for Wednesday. Then on Thursday, is either they go to school with plantain and potato egg sauce. Reason I'm saying plantain or potato is that the last one prefers plantain and the first one likes potato. But here's the tricky thing about this thing. The last one can just see that the first one is eating potato and will decide I want potato. In fact, on Sunday or no Saturday, I finished frying their lovely plantain and potato. The first one was eating his own. Okay, second one took his own. The second one took his meat potato, and while he was eating, so I now brought in the potato for the first one. Uncle change am for me. Oh. Same so then it's fine. So then just push up his chair and so then going towards his auntie's room like he does not want to eat again. Lode, what is the problem? So his aunt that was around was having potato. He asked for her own. She gave him like, oh, is that a problem? Okay, come and take mine if that's a problem. Seriously trouble. Oh. So in that case anyway, I decided that whatever I'm going to be doing that I'm going to fry both plantain and potato and have it in their place for them. Whichever mood he feels and feels is best for him, he can either go for the potato or the plantain, whichever one. But I'm going to make plantain potato egg sauce for them. Then on Friday, I'll be making jollof vegetables, jollof or vegetable rice with vegetables, sorry, rice with vegetable stew or just tomato stew. I don't know yet, but as the spirit leads. So in between all this, or I feel like I should make then I'm thinking of changing a plan wherein on Monday they will still go with rice, but on Tuesday of it will be porridge potato. I'll make it with vegetable and then make it with fish. It will go with, and then the fruits for each of them could either be apple, watermelon, orange, whichever one I have available. It will just go in for them all. So I just gave you for this week what I'll be making for them. By next week, I'll think of what I'm going to make for them. But for this week, this is what I think. However, I feel on Friday I should change it to that potato porridge. But let's see how my spirit leads me. So, like I said, the meal plan for this week is today they're already gone to school with jollof rice with fish and watermelon. Tomorrow will be okpa, egg and watermelon. Next tomorrow is going to be spaghetti, vegetable spaghetti with either fish or egg to school. And on Thursday, right, I said I'll be making plantain and I'm making plantain and potato egg sauce for them with either orange or apple to school. On Friday, I just have two meals for them that day, either potato porridge potato, vegetable potato, and with beef or chicken, anyone, or goat meat. But then certainly, or rice, vegetable stew rice, or just stew with rice. But since Friday, indecisive about it. But the plan is deep down, I want it to be rice, vegetable rice with meat, either beef or chicken for them. Not chicken, sorry, fish. Since the best of so with this, I believe I've been able to give you a meal plan at least for this week. Or if you already have one and you feel like, oh, I think this is a nice one to incorporate into your meal plan, you're highly welcome. Because at least in between all this, you have the fruits, you have the nutrients, you have the carbs, you have the protein, everything all together in this meal plan. Don't you think so? So bye bye. And please kindly subscribe, like, and share, and leave your honest comments. And please also try to turn on your notification bell so that once I make a post, you are going to get the notification that I have shared something that you would like, or don't I share interesting topics? I know I do. So please subscribe and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss a thing. All right, see you some other time. Bye bye.